in empowering our communities together, so that
a very good evening, listener. You're listening to Radio Pacis 90.9 FM, Peace of Christ for all. It's a Friday evening, and today is the 31st day of December 2021. We're just hours to the new year 2022. We pray that you get into it with good health. Now, we are here for a talk show. We have a guest from PICOT. We shall be talking about planning and also budgeting process of local and central government. My name is Suso. I have guests in the studio. Later on, you'll be joining us on the studio lines 0776 255-086 and also 0754-201 and also 301. This evening, I must say that I'm privileged to host Bako Stella, who is the project officer of PICOT in the studio. Good evening.
Thank you, Suso. You're most welcome, listeners.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
All right, thank you so much. I also have Baiti Tairi. He is the Senior Assistant Secretary, Sub-County Chief, if you like, of Lobole Sub-County Koboko. You're most welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much. Good evening, listener.
All right, thank you so much. That's the voice of Baiti Tairi, who is the Sub-County Chief of Lobole Sub-County. I also have Kokole Safi, who is the planner of Koboko Municipal Council in the studio. You're most welcome.
Thank you, Susu. Good evening, listeners.
All right, thank you so much. I also have Lomo Christopher, who is the Senior Assistant Town Clerk, North Division in the studio. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much, the moderator. Thank you for welcoming us to the studios.
All right, thank you so much. Just like I mentioned earlier on, we shall be using 3 languages, dialects if you like, because the other ones are actually dialects. Then English language will be dominating here. We shall be having Kakwa in the due course of the discussion. Lukbara will as well be coming here to summarize everything about the discussion. But later on, we shall surely be opening our phone lines on 0776-255-086 and also 0754-201. And also 301 for you to be part of the discussion. The SMS line is here as an alternative for us to interact. It's 0393-273 and also 252. In a special way, I want to welcome the municipal planner, Kokole, to give us the cycle of the planning and also budgeting. You're most welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Susu. My name is Kokole Safi, as earlier on mentioned. I introduce myself. We are here for hosted and sponsored by PICOT under a project. May I request Bako to tell us the project first before I take off from here.
All right, thank you so much. I'm sorry for disrespecting you, madam, but give us more light about the project.
Thank you, Suso, and the listener out there. Good evening. You're most welcome to this radio talk show. My name is Bako Stella. I am a project officer working with the partners in community transformation. We've been calling PICOT PICOT. Some people do not understand what PICOT is. And PICOT is a local NGO that we are operating in the entire West Nile region. And we implement projects in the different districts. This particular project that has brought us here is called Legal Empowerment and Social Accountability. In short, we call it LESA, and we are implementing it in Koboko and Maracha.
Okay.
Not in the entire district, but selected sub-counties. In Koboko, we are implementing in Lobule, we are in North Division and Kuluba sub-county. In Maracha, we are in Olufe sub-county, we are in Tara and Oleba sub-county. So the project is for 2.5 years. We are actually on the 2nd year, and we have done quite a lot of activities. But today, particularly, we are here on the planning process.
Okay.
And the people in charge are here, will be able to guide us and take us through the process. I want to acknowledge the funding for this project is coming from European Union through the Development Initiative for Northern Uganda DINU program, and through the office of the Prime Minister, and then it comes to the other partners that are implementing. PICOT is not implementing alone. We are implementing with a partner called the Center for Health, Human Rights and Development, CEHAD. And the project has objectives. Why are we implementing this project? What do we want to see? The first objective is to enhance the capacity of the community members to hold duty bearers. By duty bearers, we are meaning our leaders at the different levels, right from the local government, lower local government, that is sub-county, and then coming to district. Not forgetting the other leaders down, like the LCs and so on. All of them are duty bearers. So that is the first objective. Why? Because we want to improve service delivery. The second one is to enhance the capacity of the duty bearers on their roles and responsibilities in governance for also improved service delivery. Much as we are empowering the communities to know that they are to demand for services, the leaders also need to be empowered. Their capacity need to be built so that they can also deliver well. We don't want to cause imbalance by empowering communities and leaving the leaders. And then the third objective is to build the capacity of civil society organizations or community-based organizations to assess the compliance of governments with its obligation to fulfill economic, social, and cultural rights. So basically the project is on accountability, improving accountability at all levels of community, sub-county, district, and so on. So we are all doing this because we want to see that services at the different facilities, government, private, and so on, are improved. And people know that I have a right to have this, and I also have an obligation to do this if I want to get a better service. So basically that is what the project is about. I want to end here because I want to give enough time for my colleagues to take us through the planning and budgeting cycle.
All right. Now let me welcome back the municipal planner to give us the cycle of the planning and also budgeting of the local government system.
Yeah, thank you, Susu. Back to the planning cycle. Allow me to start off from the history of Uganda. We know way back we had in 1992 there was something called decentralization in Uganda. Before coming of the other system, planning system, there was nothing like that. And they came up with something called decentralization, giving the powers to people. But this was not enough. It was not complete because there was no law backing it until when they had to put it in the 1995 Constitution, and that is in the article of the Ugandan Constitution. That's 1995. That's when it empowered now the people and showed that you can talk. And here we are talking about Article 125 of the 1995 Constitution of Uganda, giving the people the rights to work, to participate now in the Constitution. And now, subsequently, in 2007, in November, they brought in the Local Government Act. The Local Government Act and the Section 35 of the Local Government Act, Chapter 243, mandates and obliges local government to prepare development plans. And whatever we put in a budget cycle and planning cycle, there must be a plan first. Now, right now, in 2007, government of Uganda also went further to have a comprehensive national development framework. This framework guides the planning in the whole country. Now, and right now, after that, and then there was this launching of the Vision 2040. Those are the frameworks we have in the country. Right now, we are in the Vision 2040. And this vision was launched in 2010. 2010, in such a way that the government of Uganda can see the next 30 years. 30 years, and that's what all the local government has contributed to. As we talk now, we are in the third National Development Plan. The first one started in 2010 and they ended in 2015. 2016 was the second one, National Development Plan.
So when is it ending?
It ended in 2010.
Okay.
Now 2020, I mean. Now we have started the third one. We are now in the third National Development Plan thing. And those are the 5-year development plans. Remember, the Vision 2040 is going to have 6 National Development Plans. 6 of them. Each one has 5 years. Now, as we are here, we are in the third one. National Development Plan 3. That's what the country is. And all local government in Uganda are contributing to that National Development Plan.
Do you mind of telling us the first one and the second one?
Yes. The first National Development Plan 3 started in the financial year 2010-2011. And it was 5 years. Now, from 2010-2011, it expired in 2015. Now, 2016 was the second one, the second National Development Plan. And it ended in the financial year 2019-2020.
Okay.
Now, the third one started from the financial year 2020-2021.
All right.
Now, that's what we are in now.
Okay.
Now, within that, after producing the National Development Plan 3, all local governments are also to produce local government development plan. Now, within the local government development plan 3, after producing the development plan, that's now we have the annual plans, what we call the budgets. Now, our budgets we start way back in July. In July, we start off with data collection for the existing local governments. We start with data collection, and this is where we have to send our party chiefs, town agents, to collect data from the facilities. Find some facilities, what are the things which are accomplished, what are things which are not accomplished, what are things that are causing service gaps, and how do we bridge this one? That is the data collection we are talking about from the community. We collect from health facilities, from schools, from boreholes, from water sources, from all even roads as well. All functional facilities are from there. Now, after collecting that, we now give them feedback, and when we give them feedback, we organize what we call village planning meetings. Village planning meetings are in August. In August, we organize village planning meetings where all the households participate, regardless of whether you are Ugandan or you are not a Ugandan. So long you are within that village, you have to participate in the planning, the village planning meetings. Okay. That's where your voice is supposed to be heard, and every household is to send a representative to that village planning meeting. So all the stakeholders, even CBOs, are to contribute in that. Yes. Now from there, they identify what needs to be done for them. And together with them, they request what government should do for them and what they should do to improve also this service gap. For example, sending children to school is the role of the household. So they are to do. That one is to be identified there. Each household sends children to school, and what should government do? Construct schools, classrooms, for example. Also prepare the roads.
Maybe employ teachers as well.
Those are things to be identified by the household. Now, these issues are brought to the parish or ward in the urban council. And then in the ward, now the executives of the LSU wards are all members of the parish planning meetings, including parish development committees, including the parish chief, even CBOs, NGOs also attend there. Now they select what can be done at parish level. Other things beyond their mandate, they send it to the sub-county. From the sub-county collect all what is sent from the households through the village and the wards or parish to the sub-county. If a sub-county like Lobre has 9 parishes. All these are collected to the sub-county. What the sub-county do is to do prioritization. What do we mean prioritize? We prioritize which parish has the worst and it needs which service, because not all parishes are the same. Others are much better. Others have already government-aided primary schools. Others don't have. And then others have already good road network. Others don't have. So those ones are prioritized at sub-county level. This one is worse off than scientifically, by the way. When you put the map of the sub-county, you know which ones don't have those kind of services. They have to be put first. That's the first priority, and others to be served with others. And then now, I'm sorry, in the parish, it is in what? In September. In September, that's where we had what? The parish planning meetings. Once we are done with the parish planning meeting together with parish development committee, and now we compile the report and we submit to the sub-county. In the sub-county, the CDO is the one in charge of the planning section, and the CDO will compile it for TPC, Technical Planning Committee, to discuss, and they also do what we call it scientific scoring and ranking. And the ranking in name-wise, where we say which one is the worst off, which parish is worst off, to be given what, which one. So the rating is also done. It's done at that level. From there, now it is forwarded from the sub-county. It's now submitted to the district. But before it is submitted to the district, the sub-county, after scoring this, by the CDO, by the Technical Planning Committee members, a budget conference is organized. And this budget conference is normally in October. In October, the budget conference is organized. And the participants are the L1s are invited, L2s are invited, parish development committees are also invited, religious leaders, CPOs are all also invited. Councillors are part of this, both district councillors and sub-county councillors. So all are to participate, and also in the participation, also they put their ideas. Their views are heard according to what they observed from where the L1s came from. They are also following what they identified from their cell or their villages, and they now debate on it at the budget conference level. That is in October. Now, at October, they also prepare that report to be submitted to the district. The issues that the stakeholders want to be implemented. So it is submitted to the district will compile with other sub-counties. And then together even with the town councils, in case that district has town councils, will also compile. They will also do the scoring and ranking at the district level. Now from the district level, they will now organize also a district budget conference. Normally it is before 15th of November. It is organized and the report is produced. And at the district level, of course, the L1s are not there now. But the parish chiefs are there, the sub-county chiefs are there, the LC3 chairpersons are also there, and all those ones, district councillors are also members of parliament participate on that. Because what they debate in parliament should be what is identified by the district. And the voters that voted them, so they should work for that. So now from there, the district compiled that report after debating and agreeing together with the stakeholders. Recommendations are now accepted, and they write the report and they submit to central government through the Ministry of Finance. That also compiles that report to Parliament for the approval. But national, that at Parliament level, of course, the national budget conference is also organized at that level. That's where we end in the process here. But now from there, after the national budget conference, they will give us now the first we call it the second budget call. Second budget call circular comes in February. In February, at the local government level, what we do, we organize now what is known as draft budget. Draft budget, some people call it laying of budget. Laying of budget, where also people are invited for the laying, and this is done by now the honorable councillors with some heads of departments. The other stakeholders are cut off because they don't now participate. They only come to listen, but in the debate they are not there. That's the draft one, and it happens in February.
All right.
And normally when they send us that, we call it indicative planning figures. And then now they have attached figures that we should use for the projects we have identified, investment we have identified. And then from there, in March, we produce this report and we send it to the district at local government level. For municipalities, we prepare and first we submit direct to national government, to the Ministry of Finance.
All right.
And then from there, they send us the last one in March. In March, and we prepare by May, we submit now the approved budget. Approved budget, and which is by full council, chaired by the speaker, and most of the councillors, honorable councillors must be present. If it is a sub-county level, the honorable councillors should be present, and the LC2s also attend, but they don't. They attend, but they don't talk. They only write cheats for things that they think are not are not in favor of them, to make their representatives, the councillors that come from their side, to talk on their behalf. The same to LC2s. They do the same. They are there present, but they don't talk. They write cheats for things which are not in their favor, so that the councillors talk on their behalf. And that's what until the budget is approved. Once it's approved, now it is sent to the central government through the district for the sub-county. But for us at the municipal level, the divisions submit to us, and we prepare and send to central government through the Ministry of Finance. That also compiled for the parliament. That is the process. And now once it is approved by May, and then we wait for the feedback. That's the end. All right. It ends there. In June, normally we give feedback for things that we planned in July. People identified, not in July, but in August from the village, and now in June we tell them which one is already taken and which one is not taken. Now we write at municipal level, we write to the sub-county, to senior assistant town clerk, to give feedback to the LC2s and LC1s on the projects they identified that are already taken and which ones are not taken. That's the end of the cycle. Ends in June by giving the feedback in writing. So it's not a bubble, you write. So if it's not written, then that's not a feedback. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kokole, for that in-depth analysis of the planning and also budgeting cycle in the local government system. If you have just tuned to the radio right now, your tuner is on a Radio Pacis 90.9 FM, Peace of Christ for all. We have guests from Picot and also Koboko, municipal and also the district, system. And we are here talking about planning and also budgeting process of local and central government. Later on, we shall be opening our phone lines on 0776-255-086 and also 0754-201 and also 301. My name is Suso. Now, before we get to Mr. Christopher to give us why it is important for the community members to participate in the planning process, try to take us through what you have just analyzed in the Kakwa dialect, because I believe there are locals who are listening to us right now, but some of them are not used to the first language.
Yeah, thank you very much. Itatuma kainga kino noinga kwa kino ipetesinaga na konda pili government ndikano ganda no petesina le pepetahina dito nanunga planning process kine petesina kine do abiri ya pano burio lo ngono konda muinyo inyo no konda muno na we leading we kungu ingisa data collection to gain onyo memeta na gaiso nyodu mukungua kino kai imedana mwanaga be chumaki mwanaga be career mwanaga be school no anaga anobu amaga anobu kiko nenyo iya palo budoro badi do anyo momore kina kinode momore kina ka village nai imedana na mwanaga yimindi toki nonyo iya palo budo ya palo bungalo itonda sono winye side kaya Paris ni babondu kine kulade ku mutu kaya no gugoma anaga elsi geretro lolunga executive kuno ya palo bungani katan ya palo merigenelo i sub county madu badio budget conference the budget conference ro momore naga duma isono dubeli elsu gele ka yakano utuzi ingana kulana ga kajuya nyumdu kine adumaje akudumaje an isab county I dongu kuna kunude agbedi iya palo mergelo katai wa kulana ga boboja I budget conference kine momore na duma lo isonyo du ida I district I sub county kine isono I district kwa I division isundo I municipality municipality na kukunda no ngolo budget conference no more na duma no mutu kade boboja na kulana ga no toburo juruno katayo kunga baiti agoboja kugene kulana ya rugokine ikukunda isandu badi central government isandu central government wakala no minister of finance kulana kene na government na meda kula kurie ku petana kulana kene then ita duma.
Okay, thank you so much Yeta Duma. Now I want to welcome Christopher now to take us through the importance of the community participating in the planning process.
Thank you, the moderator. In the first place, I want to thank the government of Uganda for appreciating the centralization system of governance. Through this, the community members can now participate as the planner said to make their own plans. It is very important to participate in these planning meetings because if you do not participate, who will plan for you? Yes, resources are very scarce, so we need to always participate. I encourage all the community members to always participate when the time comes for planning. Some of the importance of participating in planning meetings are as follows. One is for identification of local needs. Without planning, you cannot identify what you have, what you don't have. So like he elaborated, through the planning and the data collection there, what you do is to first establish what you have and what you do not have. So through planning, you will be able to identify your local needs. And two, because the resources are not enough, you do prioritization. Are we together? Yeah. You prioritize now what you need because the resources are not enough. Now when you prioritize, it also helps in using resources efficiently and effectively. You don't waste. When you plan, at least you don't spend money anyhow. Even at local level, at your home, if you don't plan, you just be taken by storm. You realize you got salary and it just disappeared. But when you have a plan, at least you will see what your salary has done.
And use the money sparingly.
Yes. And then the community members will be able to demand for accountability because they will know we planned this and it is now maybe half a year or the year is ending and the government workers have not come to give us accountability. So they will be able to demand. That is one important way of participating. And then the community members will be able to monitor also the services. Are these the things we planned? And then they will also evaluate, is this the quality we planned? That is if you participate in these meetings, you'll be able to know what you planned and what you need. It also helps our politicians in lobbying. You get it? Through this 5-year development plan, they use this as a tool to lobby from, because government does not have resources. So they will be able to use this development plan to lobby from the NGOs. Actually, I want to appreciate PICOT because they are one of the NGOs that is taking the load with us. NGOs and CBOs are doing what government is supposed to do. We really want to appreciate PICOT in particular. They are doing a lot of skilling of our youth in Koboko and Marach and the other parts of West Nile. So we want to appreciate them, and this is because of the development plan. Otherwise they would not know what to support in the municipality. Also, participating in the planning process helps in ownership. When you participate in the planning, you can now own what? Your plan. You don't now say, this is government plan, this is what. Those days, you remember, they used to plan from the central government. People would not own. They put a bar hall there, nobody takes care. They put a classroom, nobody cares. But today, because of decentralization, you see people can own their plans because they know these are using our local resources and we identified this need ourselves, so we should also protect it. May I proceed because there are also challenges?
Yes, I actually wanted to know whether you guys face the setbacks.
Yes, we also face
planning.
Yes, we also face sometimes there is a poor participation from the households. as he said before, all households are supposed to be, they are supposed to participate in the planning meetings. But sometimes you go in a cell, your target is maybe 200 participants, but you get like 50. And 50 people are planning for 200. Sometimes you find now what they plan, the other people will not own.
Now, talking about this, what do you make of the narrative? Because I believe in communities, I have as well been thinking like this, like when you write a proposal to the government, you're supposed to get whatever you need at that material time. You need it. What do you make of that narrative? Is it also caused by the issues you have just mentioned?
Well, planning is a process. So sometimes you don't get what you need straight away. Some of our plans, like he said, 5 years. You don't get it just today. Get it. And then the annual one, you wait until the year ends.
Why is it like that? Try to break it down.
That is a government system. We receive funds. Okay, we plan for the whole year. Those are 12 months. But the funds, we receive them on quarterly basis. So you find the funds for first quarter may come in July or August. The ones for second quarter may come in October. And sometimes these funds don't come as expected. So at the end, you really don't achieve your plan.
Okay.
Yes, that is it.
All right.
Yes. So maybe I proceed with the challenges. And then there is also inadequate feedback to the communities. Sometimes we plan, we are supposed to give feedback as he elaborated in the process, but due to overwhelming activities, we may not give adequate feedback to the community. That is a very big challenge for us. And then there is also poor coordination between NGOs, local government, and CBOs. Sometimes we don't coordinate very well. At the end, CBOs and the NGOs work parallel with us. And at the end, we do not even capture what they are doing. That poor coordination makes planning very difficult. You will not know. Or else, we plan something that CBO A or NGO A is already doing. Or they are doing what we are already doing. So at the end, it really affects planning.
Okay.
And then there is this common thing, I don't know, it happens everywhere, I think. Demand for facilitation. People are going to plan for their village, they are going to plan for their ward, they are going to plan for their division, but they want you to facilitate them. Each time you go for meeting, they say, Indudiri.
Yes, they need to get something as well.
So it also affects planning, because the resources are not enough. If you don't now meet the expectation, the next time they don't come. You get it? Yes. And then there is also the limited resources. We always plan very big, but the resources are very little.
Okay.
You get it? So at the end, people see, why do we always participate in these meetings? Since even the plans of the other year you have not finished achieving, why do you continue to disturb us? So it is a very big challenge for us to convince them that you need to continue coming for these meetings. Yes.
Okay.
And then there are also inconsistencies in following the process. Sometimes, we get communication from central government. A process which is supposed to start in July, you get the communication in September. Definitely that is going to affect the process.
All right.
Because every month has its own activity you're supposed to do. At the end, you may squeeze 3 activities in 1 month, and you'll be overwhelmed, and you don't now capture the details very well.
Okay.
I think I'm going to end here.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Christopher, for what you have said. And if you have just tuned to the radio, right now we have officials from Koboko, and also we have an official from Pequot. We're talking about planning and also budgeting process of local and central government. And this is Radio Pacis, 90.9 FM, Peace of Christ for all. My name is Suso, the moderator of the show. Shortly, we're going to open our phone lines. We have received so many messages towards the discussion, and we are going to respond to them. And I'm very happy that most of them are directed to the people of concern. The studio lines are 0776 255 086 and also 0754 201 and also 301. Now, for the Lugbara speaking people, we also have Baiti Tairi in the studio. Erdiba Madriti Aquarisa Rusconsi Mavina Meribari, a Cadani Tindunze, Amamboko Kole, Zata Maridia Kakwati Siwera is also going to summarize a bit about the challenges and also why it is important for people to participate in the planning process. He's going to do something about that. But let's try to welcome Mr. Tairi actually to take us through the summary of the discussion in Alugbara. Karibu Miri.
Ukorisi amataka baba rapidi dujuban judara rekimisi afa banumbe planning kan ko totanga ayaba totanga da ba modube sendu tingabe de Uganda gada redingon ama plana municipal ni jorisi do fare donda il alfolo torom kalrom dirisi sarasi planning kan ko tuma de kanda do disemura kedenga anda dilegal kamendi biga ki donda si maruvule doro gamen demu dobando titenga to banu ve decentralization policy edo ile alfa lo torom kalrom desirisi le tati itutonga badoke vugada batuku dengando urugalendo aya fada fedosi ado ile alfiuri ifezirisi ba develop do buko zambela local government act section la kanari toy edido si chairman leta je tutonga ki to boy to ko do vuga elisi wanga elisi tuga parisiga sabkanduga districta korba mudunga ado turuga lendo da do se tangender ay din jomani rigara e tutanga wani to warke gara idi ki legion regional Uganda ba vision on vela vision forte kan ko tutanga angondrele banili korok alfiri ili kalisudigari ndezorega so eto do vinnasi waidi National Development Plan alochi irichi nadosbati aya daga itutanga amadri local government gare edo vilengon banu vele sako kan ko chini digare lechu vingos edidon imbazirisi imbazir gara dolare den imbazir sida elisu wani kimu parisi chief kitu kimu joku nile akomadiru ajogasi akomadi skulu gasi dauri kedo dirko kingoni adombe mutitisi data collection aya dagari do sabanu do fe dirko ngonjo njilani skulu ngo ga latin dawlani sungo ga ifensi kulani ta ledemba azia wa isekele mbazirbe daba vulitiga charge mba arrosi ala mo ko wanu vele village consultative meeting elisi wan ke daruta kisilemu ijo madi village gara dawru kedo la la gara idedo de la do village alolo Uganda sipir la do mbaros kedo si ju badri daw ke ado kikuti utiki jokebo cha jembo romisi kedo ya chutinga parisiga ya kedo parisiga mo kemu parisiga village jono mo village ya jono dasa lobulega di ako dawru kedu kido kaitra kido ya parisiga ya kido parisiga bon kido ri committee de rambe Paris Development Committee kido ri ako village diga dawri yidawlani azida ga mustura ki school in ga daw aya suzi inere o chere sengenge ga ku diga dorbo le doide dor kido kete apati jo dokibo charge mba o rombo kongaga kidomu sabukan diga sidio wo ofsiga sidio do ako Paris don ga daw rekedo kido ketra ataka jo dokibo dogo mu balela ako daw dike gara lelew dukir kingoki da do wanu ve prioritization and the data compilation da sidio la dida ni sabukandiga eda jo bala do choticha emba mudriwe dongaga amvela early October emba mudriwe dongaga adon vela squaring of for priorities by TPC ifila sa ko bana yam dun rake adokuti akobanu tirigara kijono kalenne kijono kaliria Paris ndundu ga mubidiki yike ga le wudu yingo sukulu ga lu sumsturenga suke ga le sengenga sban chera bandungo girko ke ga le bayde girko ngoy adoron vesquaring adokidu adol girko eni mopengo energa rududi lagadu imba mudruba yidonga jocha imba mudruba gaga banwe mid October ado muruga local government budget conference ado bakaitra bak dorota ruga afari andra na yar ki dodi ado NGO convendi ado CBO convendi ba ndondo ka do keta urdo keta ko tujura ako dike gara ludo zidi ko azida do tini ki do kinya chuti la beya imba mudu bokonga ga da chuti do mori denga inputs banen e discussile kan ko ban nyale budget conference garke bala do ki central government ga jodo ti imba mudi dirisi chuti da ado ride ado budget anda bawan utility abe anya ado felenga kambala di akodare don vela IPF integrated planning figure government do mana fela girko de go basende depi school de go basende depi il do fera chuti do temba nafu mbana gara adomu budget la le babani akoga men ndurar di indukur di ndurar di ya do la la babani urdo la babani bo chuti do cha imba togara ado budget ti council adum ren district doren ene pejde council ande mi tepe district sabkan galemu district gar ki dore ki do jobaje bani tirare didi mi sogar do cha imba azia ili district de nerese amado ro fudu ko tife akondo ban dora ki doga idi an do kur ki doga idi ke doijo sakul digare ki okay aya baba tiju zira moke ani budget leji de jorar moke rakado mokanamba lori ama town clerk no division digari jomani iri fela paki iji kwadu vugalerki kekepe akozende joba kambara garki jula indamani yi chakuya ga daudi ke gale giga de idodo misan ba chakuya garki do lora ijo madu dawri deru idi ijo da do vugale da domuke meni mitina na ke tenjoro ayiri asende ke bangulaga angulaga ijo sende abalangun to kala dodo misan ba tido nera abanda sende margari yi bo holga abanda margari musturo singa skul ga do balangulaga aya mabusula ba amadi chugudar ki do rini ijo wara kai gani adu to ba zengo zigala keku aya mukeba dare amajoziki pave cheki azeman pave cheker kegara amanyera abanda zide ko abanda wade dike don mukera ki ni sugaman ne mja mandra de don a commandre taboro challenge ru ajo planning di de kan ko budget je dere de lu amanu suri sa zirga sendre tati bane planele asile mo ko de dole mbazir gada ke mu vuvulero dala do fela budget daga na mu idola de vuvulero aya parisiki kan ku sab county ki village ki ba le ke mu meeting ga ku your participation is very low amugi meeting ga ku aya de do meeting ga ku boki jola community ni ki ku akola ni ki musu jokinga osanda rejo meeting ga disi amugi meeting ga girisku aya ko dala ba fela amanu bandala ware tabururi ili ijoki ba ututine da wara mu kosaro especially amute man ndondo de kebe misana gamende la juri kedo imbazirisi lakini amutiki bare do imbalos sakulu bako financially edgari government uses financially aya njoki physically ayo ba ko ba man challenge ru miso gaman le jura resenda ke wawere misana idindela village lolo ba kudinu tieri kemingi ongo la sente ba no tore la gara wada the village lori o village ke zirga sab kando liga toro lo ko zibe azirki kalero diga akubanu tentuntura ke sendo ja chako akola fe community kido bazi ai abanda ba konira ife man sendo la cause abanda girkura me de man kuiles so bikidijo wera man wara raka wadfo.
Okay, thank you so much. We're just left with 5 minutes to be here in the studio. Now we want to give this opportunity for the consumers over the show to get to us on 0776 255 086 and also 0754 201 and also 301. If you have questions or concerns, they are welcomed. Salvar Maria, mito de madese mubara, kalafene retoko aziri azia, rito wito ko arwazia, kalafazere retoko aziri to wisu, retoko aluna toko alu, zite karitse, mito ba madri Salvar Maria, yo obaza kavina ritse, mito vino ba madri Salvar Maria. The first question on the SMS line goes to you, Madam Bako. This person is saying that why is it only in a selected sub-counties that the projects are given to? And this is, the person is called Rob Peter, actually. He's from Vora. Then the second question goes to the municipal planner. This one is saying that can they, guests elaborate on a first and second specific development plans? He's trying to relate this to the achievements and also the failures. The second question is actually the third development plan for 2040 vision. He actually wants to know about that. And this is Julius from Maracha. These are the first two questions I have actually picked on the messages that people have sent. But let's try to talk to this person here. Radio Pacis. Okay, the person has gone off, but you can try again on 0776-255-086 and also 0754-201 and also 301. Maybe Madam Bako, we start from there.
Okay, thank you. I want to appreciate the concern. Why only selected sub-counties? This is a project that has...
Maybe we first talk to this person here. Radio Pacis.
Yes, Ngoni Mambo.
Mamuke for Ngoni. Amoyo adebe. Airfield together see you.
Matega Democrat letter of Bovary and Central awareness. Andre Baskai Lango service in the village about limiting it and in Atasavega, Prince and Loren, Telebacos, our Fulban is Banded is letter, but the Timocam can Bogot, the region, the sensation as well as mobilization the villages in never have before.
Okay, thank you so much. He has just called to appreciate and is also calling for the community members to participate in the planning process as well. Thank you so much.
Yes, the why only few sub-counties? This is a project that has been supported by European Union, and the European Union is funding very many other projects. So we did not only put this few, we put many. They reduced on the assumption that they are also supporting through other partners that are also giving this knowledge. So we would wish to expand, and we are praying that there's going to be an extension. If the extension comes, we will expand to the other sub-counties, because we have seen there's a lot of need for this. Okay. Yes.
All right. I think the other question, the angle actually goes to you, the municipal planner, because this is Julius from Marache. I want you to elaborate on the first and the second, actually, specifically, he wants to know about development plans, and the second question is about the third development plan for 2040. He actually wants to know about the vision.
Yeah, thank you very much, Julius, for asking this question. The first National Development Plan 3, as earlier on said, it started from 2010 2011 in that financial year. It was for 5 years.
All right, before you continue, let's get to this person here. Radio Pacis. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yeah, we're getting you. Hello.
Hello.
Mamiri.
Hello.
I told you I didn't network in, and you can continue.
Yes, the first National Development Plan started from 2010-2011, and it was a national one, and it was a 5-year, as I said earlier on, because of the Vision 2040, and it was a 30 years plan, which is broken down into 3 10 years development plan, and further broken down also into 5-year development plans. With 5-year development plans, 6 of them. So we are now in the third one. The first one started from 2010-2011, and it ended by the financial 2014-2015 here in Uganda. Now the second one started immediately in the financial 2015-2016. And it ended in 2019-2020.
Okay.
So we are now in the third one. The first and the second one used the same approach, sector-based approach. But this third one is using program approach. Now the program approach combines, identified the challenges which were in the first and in the second National Development Plan. And those ones gave us lessons that when we do one thing on sector-based, we leave out others, so we don't satisfy our population. For example, let me give one example. When we are constructing road, in the program approach, the people for power should be there, the people for water should be there, so that we go together and we don't cut the tarmac road which we constructed. Because in the sector-based, we end up cutting the tarmac which we constructed. It doubles what? doubles the work.
All right.
But when we use a program approach, we shall do the three will go together. Road construction, power line, and the water will go at the same time.
Okay.
So we shall not duplicate the work. The cost will be reduced instead of the other one coming later to cut the nice one. You have seen in many towns in Uganda, including Western, Koboko and Arua, the water comes after the tarmac is constructed. You find the water line destroys the nice tarmac, which is not a good thing.
Okay.
That's the lesson learned from the first and the second National Development Plan.
All right.
Now that's why the third one is like that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Because of time, we cannot pick more calls because we're just left with 2 minutes to be here in the studio at 8 p.m. We shall be having the news bulletin in English. But on the SMS line, Juma from Nyai says that thank you so much for the sensitization. Thank you so much. And there's Raul from Koboko North who says that he is listening. There's one called Gavi, and he is tuned in Bukutu, and he is also saying that he is listening. Thank you so much, guys, for participating in this discussion. I'm sorry, because of time, we're not going to pick more calls and read some of the messages. Maybe I want to welcome you guys to put your parting thoughts, and then we leave the studio. I want to start with you. Actually, Madam, you'll be finalizing. Ale did miss it.
Our phone bogus is a mini. Ale Jobana, our family radio rejoicing. Planning Idojo kan kuchitunga, then Idojo mata ila. Ba mukete ndilera basi jo manta lerke do yarke maski ba ada joske baba yani misimi LCZ misimi LC2Z misimi LC3Z misimi MPZ amutenda koke deni korosar se yake ko dosi idu mumiti nana ke ga ko yani na fevrier si jo mi jorki miki jo bulu ganen ba war fami na mbogo ni ba radio resi all right, thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Kokole, your parting thoughts.
Okay, thank you very much. My message to the listeners is that when the planning starts, the planning activity starts, please participate fully, because if you want to benefit from the government, the first step is to participate in the planning process. That's when you will reap big. But if you don't participate, that's where you would have been neglected up, and you will complain because you started neglecting yourself. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Christopher, please.
Thank you very much. Mine is to appreciate PCOT for really partnering with us and for bringing us on air. You know, we have limited chances to come on air. We really want to appreciate CBOs for partnering with us. We encourage more to come so that we can sensitize the community. Thank you.
Madam is smiling. You can now wrap it up.
Yes, I want to thank the local governments of Koboko District, Maracha District, and Koboko Municipal Council for the support they have been giving us. And we look forward to more partnerships and more engagement in empowering our communities together, so that the communities are aware and there's fully participation of both male and female.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, listener, for being tuned to the radio. Those of you who contributed, I also want to say thank you so much. You have been listening to Radio Pacis 90.9 FM, and we had officials from PCOT and also Koboko District and local government. We have been talking about planning and also budgeting process of local and central government. Thank you so much. Up next is the news bulletin in English with Judith, and in a special way from the studio, we want to say Happy New Year.